Johnson. LeBron takes it to the rim and finishes with the left, and he's fouled.
Yo, I'm a Knick. What?
Yeah, what's good, everybody? How's everybody doing? I pressed the wrong thing. But what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of Coast to Coast. It's your boy CK, along with the homie, my co-host, the guy, War's World, aka B War. What's good, Brandon? How you doing, man?
What's up? It's a good week of basketball. Hey,
Because you know why? Because it's a week of basketball. Because the season is the league has begun. Week 1.
It sure has. Did I just witness Anthony Davis break his kneecap?
That is the thing that's happening right now, by the way. The Lakers, as you know, Brandon here is the Lakers half of this show, and he is a Lakers fan, and he is watching the Lakers play right now against the Charlotte Hornets. Did he really break his kneecap?
He got up, but you know how he made out of glass. So
yeah.
Every time he touches the floor, I'm concerned.
You're just worried that it's that injury. Yeah, I understand that. So Brandon will be on Laker check throughout the show, as to be expected, because they are playing right now. They're in the second quarter, about to be half. But what's good, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody had a
great Sunday.
Yeah, man. Good weekend in general. I know my Knicks fans probably a little salty about how our weekend went, but other than that, outside of Knicks basketball or whoever team you root for, because we're not the only team that lost this weekend. Hope you guys were able to get past it and realize the season just began. There's plenty of games left to be played. It's okay. We will be talking about the Knicks. We'll be talking about, we have a very. What's funny about the Lakers and Knicks, there's always some sort of common ground, and me and Brandon have some opinions to make that are very relatable to both of our teams, and we'll be talking about later in the show. But first, I always forget to do it. I don't know why, but the very first thing we do before we even start the show, we got to shout out people. Dale today takes the chip for being the first one in the sorry, Brandon just made a face. What happened? What just happened?
Brooks just made like a 3 that had no business making, but yeah, go on. Sorry.
Your face told the story. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Dale, first one in the chat. Quentin MH, always making it in early. Chris Tiller, the other Laker fan. I got Marv that boy, Sean O'Sullivan, Edgar Allen Fro, who've been preaching some dimes in the Discord. If you are not in the Discord, go join the Discord. Christopher Blake. Scrolling down. Kevin Chambers is back. Frank White. Sorry. Going through. Melvin's back. Stay Mellows here. Quentin Anderson, the homie. The Neils next door. Wheeling and Dalen is in the chat. Derby is in the chat. Jeff Peps. What's good, everybody? Shout out to everybody. Some dude is in the chat. Jumpman090. Appreciate you guys for showing up today. Welcome to the show. NBA basketball first weekend. Brandon, what's your Lakers record before tonight's game?
We are 1-1 right now, baby.
You only played 2 games? Okay, that's what's
only
up.
Played 2 games.
And the Knicks are sadly 0-3. If you have not seen today's video, I highly suggest you go watch that after this.
I most certainly did watch that video, and man, I think you're overreacting just a tad bit, but we'll get into that, right?
You didn't watch the whole video then?
Oh, I watched the whole video.
Then how can you say I'm overreacting?
A smidget. Just a smidget.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will.
Let's get into today's show. Speaking of overreacting, we pretty much our entire show, because there's so many things that has happened in this first week. Our entire show is going to be called. There's a segment I would like to call "Real or Fake," and basically what it is I have a slew of topics from this first week of basketball, and Brandon and myself will be deciding whether it is real news or if it is fake news. And me and Brandon have this rule that up until, while he does whatever he's doing right now, up until about the 20 to 25 game mark, that's when teams are starting to be for real. And we're going to see what you guys think about some of these storylines, and maybe they are premature, or maybe they might be real talk right now, and we're just seeing a glimpse of it early. But we'll find that out when we get to these storylines. So, MH, real or fake, Brandon's hair.
It's not like LeBron's. I promise you. I promise you.
Courtside said, "Ooh, sounds fun." Yes, please. I would love for you guys to jump in and play along as well. Of course, your opinions will be read after every single topic, as always. So, Brandon, are you ready, sir?
I am ready, good sir.
I'll get. I want to know how. I want to know how you feel I overreacted in my video.
Okay.
But we'll get to that's part of this, so we'll talk about it then. So starting off with number one, Brandon, I ask you, is this real or fake news? The Golden State Warriors are done. GG's Golden State Warriors. Real news, fake news. But sorry, let me give you. I have facts. As a good host, I have facts here. They are actually they've started the season 0-2, losing to both the. I'm sorry, 0-2. Yeah, 0-2. They lost to the Clippers, and last night or today. When was their second game? Well, it doesn't matter. They got blown out. It was today. They got blown up by the Thunder today. And they are 0-2 to start off the season. They got a bunch of new players, along with Brandon and my favorite player, the Walrus, Omari Spellman. But they got a bunch of new cats, and the biggest fact of them all, Klay Thompson is out for the majority of the season. So, Brandon, I ask you, real or fake news that the Golden State Warriors are done?
I personally just don't think it's real news. I think it's fake.
Yeah.
I think it's fake. Mainly because they got a lot of new faces, a lot of people that haven't been in a structured system. And I don't think Steve Kerr has been able to figure out his identity. I think he's said it himself that he doesn't know what this team's going to bring out.
They've all said it themselves. Draymond Green's not hiding anything. Yeah.
No.
None of them.
So I think this team needs a lot more time than what's been allowed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what has it been, if we're counting training camp? 6 weeks, if that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need more time to gel. I don't think the whole bias that they're getting they're done after 3 games. Mind you, they've been really ugly games.
Yeah, really bad.
Just give it some time, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, continue.
No, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in and agree with you. I also agree that this is fake news. I'm sorry. I understand a lot of people want them to be done. But look, man, that is a brand new team over there. But the thing is, I like the pieces they have on that team. But because they're young, it's going to take time for them to all gel. But knowing that they are the Warriors and they're still led by Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Klay Thompson going to be in practices and stuff. Shout out to Kaboon Official. I can't say the name, but what's good? Appreciate the sub. Welcome to the crew. Go check out Brandon's channel as well. But, as long as Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson are still on this team, I do believe that they will get a groove. Because I like Glenn Robinson III on that team. I think they're sleeping on him. I think he's going to, when they start gelling, they start playing Warriors basketball again, because they will. They will. Maybe not to the level that we've seen in the past. That's unfortunate. But this team is too – they still have enough talent that they'll turn the ship around. And I believe it's after 2 games, yes, very ugly showings, but they'll figure it out. I believe that is fake news for sure. Now, let's see what the people have to say. I saw a lot of fakes. I saw a lot of fakes. I want to see somebody that says it's real news. I saw Chris Tiller say that he's giving them the GGs. Real news is a GG for the Golden State Warriors. GD says fake. Taco is okay. We're not on Taco yet. I gotta see more games from the Warriors. What Jumpman says, I agree with you on that. Edgar said, I like how you pushed up your imaginary. You saw me do that. Yes, I did. Get my factuals out. Defensively, they're terrible. Yes, and again, we have to remember Willie Cauley-Stein is out, so that's what I'm talking about. It's going to be time. Kevon Looney, as great as he is on setting picks and stuff like that, he's not known to be a must-leave figure in the paint for the team. So that's something that he's going to have to what's his name out of Villanova has been playing really well for that team. Pascal. I like him a lot, but he's still young. Marquise Chris, another guy that finally is in the right system, but he's still young. He's still figuring it out. So give him time, people. Give him time. A lot of people saying fake news. Wheeling the dealing, Mr. Derby. He said, I lost it. Sorry, Derby. If I find it, I'll say it again.
Real or fake, Draymond Green is a baby back. filling the
Well,
rest.
there you go. Thank you, Derby, for your intake. Delano, what's good, homie? Warriors have champions in that locker room. Remember, yes, thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's fake news, too early. Move on. Not too hard to say about that. This wasn't one of my topics, but I want to. I'm bringing this one out of the blue right now. I'm making this one myself because of who they played in the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, a lot of people were scratching the Oklahoma City Thunder out. I think this is their first or second game. I think this is only the second game, too. The Thunder have played 3 games already?
I believe so.
Do you have the records in front of you still?
I do.
Can you tell me what their record is?
See. Their record is 1-2.
Oh, so they have played 3 games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But question for you, quick question. It's not on the list, but because I've seen the team and I liked what I've seen in them with preseason, and you're right, that is their 3rd game because SGA has been giving me some great fantasy points. You're right, they have really good teams. Do you think that the Thunder are actually trying to be a playoff-bound team, or are they a rebuild team? What's your thoughts on the Thunder?
I think competitive till All-Star break and then tank.
So they're one of those kind of teams. So they're in that.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're like Bulls, bubble.
Are the Bulls considered to be competitive
In the East Coast? I think the Bulls are competitive. They've been their first few games they played well, but like I agree with. I think with what you just said is a perfect personification of what the Bulls are going to do. The Bulls are going to play well until about maybe December, and then they're going to be right back to getting into that lottery. I won't say I don't think the Thunder are going to be. I mean, they might be low, but I don't know if they're going to be like high lottery like the Bulls will be. But Bulls right now they're out there playing. They're trying, and they look all right. I just don't think it'll last personally. All right, I was just curious about that. Right. I was curious about your thoughts on the Thunder because I think they're all the whole Chris Paul thing. I think he's boosting his stats, showing that he wants to play still and answer a lot of those questions a lot of people have had in the last few years.
Can still play, yeah.
Yeah, bump up his stock so by trade deadline they can move him to a championship team. That's all I'm really seeing it as. I think he's going to end up with the Miami Heat at the end of the day. I think that's going to happen. But as
the Dragon's gonna be
maybe Dragon, maybe who knows? The Heat got assets, but if the Heat keep playing the way they're playing right now, I don't know. Maybe the Heat might not push any kind of moves or anything.
And that's without KZ. Just wait.
I know, man. KZ got to play in the first game, not many minutes because they had a blowout, but he was out there rocking that number 4.
I thought he had like a sore calf or something like that.
Well, he played. He's played NBA minutes.
That's all that matters.
That's all I care about. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, back to the task at hand here. CK we gonna get back to some DSJ stuff. Don't you worry. He's on the list. Just need to let Lavinia be. I don't know who you're talking about, Niels. I don't know who you're talking about. Fake news, CP to the Heat. Yeah. Okay. So everyone's on that. All right. Moving on to the next one. This is for Brandon. Especially because they've only played 2 games. This one goes to Brandon. LeBron James is washed after his first game. He had a rough start, a rough finish. He started off looking like how he looked all preseason, but then we saw how he ended the first half, and people were throwing LeBron James overboard, saying that his age is catching up. We heard Stephen A. Smith. Look, I ain't gonna lie, Brandon. I'm sorry, but I think you now understand the reason why I have my hate when it comes to Stephen A. Smith. I like Stephen A., but he gets under my skin. And this week, I'm like, Laker fans are getting a taste of the Stephen A. Smith that we've been having to deal with because he was overreacting on LeBron James, talking about he's old, this and that. He didn't show up, blah, 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 blah. LeBron this, LeBron that.
That was good.
Oh, my
good.
God. It was
good impersonation right there.
So annoying. But anyways, back to LeBron James. He is washed after the game 1 slowdown and the fact that he is still differentiating to his other players instead of being the man on his team. Brandon B. War's World, the Laker fan, is LeBron James washed? Real news, fake news? Fake news?
Fake news. Fake news all the way. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Right on cue. Thank you, LeBron. He just had that did not look washed. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. But there's no way. No, LeBron is not washed. I think, just like any other player, no one wants to admit it. Their very first games are always going to have some kind of jitters. Mm-hmm. Not to mention LeBron had to be a full-time point guard. I don't know if any of y'all had to be a full-time point guard. I have been. And
whoa. Playing devil's advocate here. Why does LeBron get a pass for that? There's tons of players in the league playing full-time point guard. Look at his biffle, his best friend for life, Ben
That's
Simmons.
not what he. Best friend for life.
Yeah, man, that's his guy. Ben Simmons is his
Oh.
protege. That's his dude. He's out there playing
Again.
full-time point guard.
Again,
So why is that so different for LeBron James?
LeBron is not a primary. I am going to be labeled as the one for a long period of stretches. You can go back to all his games, even in Cleveland days, Miami days. They never make him be a full point guard for 25 games,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Not to mention LeBron had a whole lot of offseason of just, being LeBron.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, that was kind of a bad segue. But anyways, I give LeBron a pass just because he's not always going to be your primary point guard. That's why, as much as I hated it, having Rondo makes sense. Playing Alex Caruso makes sense.
You don't hate
Occasionally
that
Quinn
second
Cook.
part.
I don't hate that
I'm about to
second
say,
part at all.
confused
That
me for a
first
second.
part?
Yeah, I
that
got
first
you.
part
The
is
Rondo one, yeah.
So I think it's fake news, and everybody needs to relax. Because then the next game he had 32 and 10.
He
So
sure did.
What is the talk? What is the talk? It's just because y'all want to hate on LeBron today. What? Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
And I think you're missing probably the biggest key point that it blows my mind that all this talk about LeBron James being trash and stuff like that, people forget the biggest point. There's a reason why LeBron James could not score. He was being guarded by Kawhi Leonard. Okay, and not only just Kawhi Leonard, just that Clippers defense in general. When, they were trying to, go between him and AD throughout the second half of that game. And yet, I don't think that it's going to happen again where it's not going to work out. I think that it's probably going to work out next time they, try that stuff. But again, first game, Clippers have momentum, and we just saw the Clippers looking like a completely different beast to start off the season. That's just a fact right there. So you can say what you want to say about LeBron James' age and all that stuff. To me, that's not the game to make that decision. Now, if he goes tonight against the Hornets and decides to just lay a brick and, looking like his shot's off and he's making senseless turnovers and stuff like that, then I still wouldn't agree with you. But then your argument becomes a little more valid because it's like, what is your excuse, kind of thing. I still wouldn't agree with it. But, I mean, the thing is, like, people were tearing him up like he was just out there playing some scrubs and just decided to be bad. They were playing the Clippers. That was their first game of the season. So, to me, I agree with you. Fake news. I ain't going to jump on that hype train that LeBron has washed. He's still playing at a very high level, which to me is absolute insanity. And like you said, saw it in game 2.
35,
the Jazz. Yes, 35. Craziness. But let's get to the people. What do the people have to say about LeBron? Shout out to BLT. What's good, homie? Yes, he washed that hair and it fell. Oh, get him out. LeBron James needs to play off the ball. Yes, which is why you can't have your cake and eat it too, because you got 80. So F all that. But it's kind of sad because if healthy, it would have been fun to see LeBronzo, because I feel like that would have been a dope demographic. But doesn't matter. He has AD now. Lonzo out there doing his thing over there in New Orleans. But we'll see. Like you said, we'll see how it looks with him and Rondo. You weren't a fan of it at the end of the last season. Outside looking in, I honestly wasn't a fan of it. It may be back in 2011, 12. That would have been a fun force to see LeBron and Rondo. But right now, Rondo just doesn't. He has his spurts and then just looks like just a regular Joe. Then he has that one pass like, oh, yeah, Rondo does that. And then looks like a regular Joe turning over the ball and stuff. But, hey, we'll see what you guys decide to do. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. All right, back to the people. That's because Ben is a young god. I need to know, has Ben shot any more Jays, man? I need him to shoot. I believe in Ben Simmons, but we'll see. You missed AD dunk. LeVar greater than LeBron. LeBron James has always been a full-time point guard, always ball dominant, and is the decision maker on the floor. But the only difference is Delano. He would always have. Oh, there. Hold on.
What happened?
My freaking. We're good now. My hard drive disconnected, reconnected, so a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter. We're back. Everything's fine. But the difference between that, though, Delano, is LeBron always would at least have that Kyrie or another ball handler to go off of from time to time. So yes and no. So I see what Brandon is saying, because it's true. Because now when he's out there, he's the main point guard. Yeah, you have a guy like an Avery Bradley out there, but Avery Bradley's not known to be the primary ball handlers, so there's not really many situations that you can give it to them. I like him with Quinn Cook. I've seen that rotation a few times. I actually like that rotation a little bit because Quinn Cook, yes, he's a spot down shooter, but he's still a point guard that can dribble the ball. I like that. But like Brandon said, preferably with Caruso and Rondo. Just showing love real quick to my bros, B4CK. Shout out to my man Young Simba. Appreciate you, son. Appreciate it.
What's up, brother?
He just needs to do a Kawhi and miss loads of games, and he will be fine. Oh, we throwing shade at Kawhi Leonard. No, it's okay. I understand. Jeff Peps. Yo, H, that's facts. Yeah. All right. I think I'll cut up with that. He only got 4 points in the first half. Is that LeBron tonight?
I think LeBron he's deferring a lot right now, and he started being a little bit more aggressive towards the end.
So that's
of the
a
half,
yes. So that's a yes. LeBron only has 4 points. Not looking good for argument, but it's fine. Fake news. Fake news. I think fake news all around. Everyone's saying fake news, and yeah, I think it's obvious that's fake news. All right, on to the next one. Oh boy, can we just skip this one? I don't want to read this one.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Brandon,
real news or fake news? The Knicks suck again. The Knicks have started off the season 0-3, losing to the San Antonio Spurs in a close game, losing to the Brooklyn Nets in a very close game, and getting blown out in their home opener against the Boston Celtics. Brandon, the Knicks have added guys like Julius Randle, Marcus Morris Sr. I almost said the senior. Marcus Morris Sr. Who else did we add? Bobby Portis, Taj Gibson. We've added all these veterans to compile with our young core. But we are 0-3. Brandon, we suck. Is that real news or fake news, buddy?
I think you guys are better than what media is going to portray. I think they're better than what you even think they are right now. So I'm going to go ahead and
I think they're fine.
Fake.
See, and that's why I asked if you watched my whole video, because you didn't.
I did.
Because at the end of the video, I had said I believe that this team is better than 0-3. I just feel like we've had some rotation issues. I have no beef with the squad.
That's what I got out of the video, that the rotations, you're so concerned about rotations. I'm like, why? Why is this such a big concern right now? It's game 3.
Okay, and what else did I say?
And you got a bunch of young players, and you got a mixture of vets.
But Brandon, what else did I say? I also said I'm not aboard the fire Fizdale, because Fizdale has been handed a brand new team, so he has to find these rotations. As of right now, it's just sucky because his rotations have sucked. Because he is saying things like, the guys that earn the minutes will play. But then Dennis Smith Jr. is out there just laying a big fat dookie on the court and gets to go back in the court after that, while Frank Ntilikina hasn't played any minutes. But Frank Ntilikina was hands down our best point guard in preseason. That's all I'm saying. I agree. Like, I think this is 100% fake news. But of course, I'm the Knicks fan, so maybe my bias doesn't matter. But I'm only overreacting with the fact with the rotations, and I'll take that. That I will take. But as far as I don't think we're washed. I don't think we're trash. I do think we should have at least come out to be at least 1-2. I believe we should have won the Boston game. We beat ourselves against.
Boston game?
Yes, we were killing them up until we decided to shoot ourselves in the foot in the third quarter when Dennis Smith Jr. came out.
Gotcha. I thought the game was out of the. Like it was a blowout the whole game.
Nah, we were killing. We were doing a really good job with that game until, like I said, until the third quarter. We came down 4 points. Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, it's not. I know a lot of people. The chat's gonna say it is. It's not all on Dennis Smith Jr. It's just that was the starting point when things just started going downhill. Was when he checked in.
Gotcha.
But I would love for you to continue. I had to defend myself because I knew what you were gonna say, and I had to make sure that you was okay. But continue, Brandon. Fake news or real news? So you're saying it's fake news? Continue your statement.
I think it's fake news just for the mere fact that, like you've said before many a times, and you again said it again on Coast to Coast. He said it on his video. If you haven't checked it out.
Okay, I continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think it really just comes down to just trying to figure out that 8-man rotation or a 9-man rotation. And like you said, Fizz has not figured it out yet. I think Fizz is just trying to figure out different combinations. Does this work? I've seen it on paper. is this reality in terms of a functional lineup and so on and so forth. So it's going to have a lot of those moments because all you have right now that I think is concrete, that is a game changer. This is my guy, is Barrett.
Yep.
Everybody else at this current moment, and correct me if I'm wrong, everybody else is interchangeable. Everybody
you
else
mean lineup wise or like
lineup wise?
Okay, yeah.
Lineup wise, trade wise, all that good stuff.
No
Everybody else.
Oh, trade wise, I
Julius.
disagree with, but lineup wise, rotational wise, yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, Julius might be the second guy that's like, all right, he's definitely. I would keep him. And I'm basing a lot of that just because he's been a former Laker, and I know what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
But as far as everybody else, I don't know what I'm getting.
Oh, we have a visitor. Hold on, we have a visitor. Yes.
Hey.
You want to say hi? Where's your mother? You want to say hi? Yeah. Come say hi. You interfering with the show. Come say hi to people. You're already here. Let them know.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, say bye. Mama. Is she sleeping? No.
Say bye to everybody. Oh, okay.
Guys, this is what you guys tune in for, right? This is the kind of stuff you guys come in here for.
Forget basketball.
Forget basketball. You see this? This is real life. You see this? This is the future right here. All right?
Yeah.
This is the future right here.
Bye.
Bye, baby. But yeah, to go back to the Knicks, I'm gonna go. Okay. All right. I'm trying to bring it back and try to not be CK the Knicks fan and just be CK the basketball fan when I say this. Everything you said, I 1,000% agree with you as far as outside of RJ Barrett. Maybe I liked how he's played the last two games, so maybe I would say Mitchell Robinson even before Julius Randle. I feel like those two are the ones that they are the 5 and they are the 2, 3, whatever Fizz decides to do with RJ Barrett. From then on, yeah, I know a lot of people are you just been Riley Curry. Facts, yeah, big facts. I feel like a lot of people, and I'm wearing his jersey right now. A lot of people wish Kevin Knox was starting. At some point, I would like it. Again, that's my guy. I love how Kevin Knox and RJ Barrett play together. But right now, Kevin Knox, if I'm not mistaken, somebody show me the stats. Kevin Knox is shooting the best from beyond the arc of anybody in the NBA, not just on our team. Going into the Boston game, he was 7 of 8. I think he ended the Boston game 1 of 3. So do that math. That's 8 of 11 from the 3-point line through 3 games, and it's just 3 games. So who cares? But the point of the matter is, it's a smaller role for Kevin Knox right now, still getting his minutes. I like that better for him. So I say we keep doing that. Let him come off the bench, let him get comfortable, and then close the game with the starters. And if that works out, that works out. But like I've said in the videos, like I've said earlier, honestly, I believe this is fake news. I don't think the Knicks suck. We're going to go on. You're going to see on ESPN. You're going to see on NBA TV. You're going to see on TNT. Of course, people are going to be saying the Knicks are trash because this and that.
Start the Knicks tank.
Yeah.
Start the Knicks tank.
Literally seconds after our first game, LaMelo Ball photoshops were already made. Not even by Knicks fans, by Bleacher Report. So it's like, whatever. That doesn't surprise me at all. But just looking at what is going on and understanding it as a basketball fan, the fact of the matter is, like, I know Knicks fans are already going after Fizdale, saying that he needs to be fired, which is craziness to me. He has a brand new team full of actual NBA players. He needs to find rotations and figure out his 8 to 10 man rotations, and we'll figure it out in time. Now, if it is December and we're still having this conversation, then then it's a problem, 100%. Even before December, but I'm just saying that I'm going that drastic right now. But for the sake of this argument, the Knicks suck again. For now, I'm going fake news. For now, that's my team. But for now,
after Christmas, then
Like I was telling him, Brandon. I told him about our rule, our 25-game rule. I told him. But yeah, let's see what the people say because we got a lot of Knicks fans in the house. So I'm ready to hear the Fizdale, fire Fizdale, start Franks. Let's see what you guys got to say. CK return.
Fizz. Sorry.
You're good. Who said that? Who said that? Who said protect Fizz?
Marv, that boy. That boy.
Shout out Marv, that boy. Agreed. I don't know about protect Fizz, but yes, protect Fizz. I'm not saying fire because I guess that's the only other extreme. CK return that stolen Kevin Knox jersey right now. I paid money from this jersey at Madison Square Garden. I'm not giving it back to them. This is what we play for NBA's new advertise. Oh, because of Naya. Yeah, nah, taking over. Delano, Julius Randle doesn't need to create his own shots. Thank you, Delano. I have my beef with Julius Randle, but the thing is, he's done. I know people probably gonna kill me for it, but I think he's done more good than bad. It just sucks because he's had 2 key turnovers at the end of games, so that is what overshadows everything when it comes to Julius Randle. But he still went out there and had a very strong double-double in that first game. Yes, he had a terrible game against Brooklyn. But, you know, the stuff that he does well when he starts reverting to that and going back to that game and stop trying to be Lamar Odom or whoever, you know, Fizzo wants him to be, I'm not too worried about Julius Randle. Not yet. I don't think that this is gonna stay. Who is only here for CK the dad? Oh God. French Knicks. Hey, what's good, Tom? How you doing, bro? Just talking about what's going on. I know you're ready to throw Fizdale off a cliff. I know you are, Tom. We need a proper offensive system. Lamar Randle, no, I don't want Lamar Randle. Of any kind of Julius Randle, I don't want ball moving Julius Randle. Because Brandon can attest to this. It only turns into one thing. Nobody else touching the ball.
Mike All-Star.
Now, he's gotten better since those days, but does he revert back to him also? And that's the other thing, too. Marcus Moore's another one, too. I can go on and on, but we're not
I still feel like whatever he did in the preseason against that kid from Washington, I don't get it. I don't. What was that?
That's just Marcus Morris being Marcus Morris, bro. There's no other way to explain it.
You're an idiot.
That's just him. Because, man, he wanted. He was hot. He's like, yo, this is preseason. I'm doing all this work. I don't want to play no more. Send me out. Let's get out. I'm out of here. Let me make.
So
let me give him a message on the way out.
Somebody's forehead.
Yeah, man. Let it be known, man. Meme of the year.
I don't. Whatever. Okay. I tried so hard to understand. I don't get it.
Look. There's nothing to get. He's not. There's nothing. You're thinking too hard. Like it happened.
It's a personal problem. Then it's me. I get it now. It's me.
No, it's Marcus Morris just being Marcus Morris. Now, if this was a regular season game, yeah, I'm right there with you. But it's preseason. He out there letting it be known that he's crazy. Every team needs a crazy guy, and that's our crazy guy. I'm 100% with it. Morris had to fly to Philly. The cheesesteaks are cold because I get it because he got kicked out. I understand what you're trying to say. Ha ha ha. We need Michael Beasley back. Fabian, don't get me started. Anyways, I could talk about that game all day long. We will be actually going back to the Knicks later with the topic that me and Brandon will be talking about later. Just stay tuned for that. Next one, Brandon.
Yes.
Your division. I don't want to say rivals, but they're in your division as well. But
Suns.
Let me tell you something, boy. It is a shiny, hot, scorching time over in the very hot Arizona because, boy, those Phoenix Suns are going to the playoffs, Brandon. Fake or real? Now, before we go, they have started 2-1, but they didn't just start 2-1 to anybody. Yes, they did win their first game against who was it? Was it the Wizards? It was their first game that didn't matter. Who cares? It wasn't a playoff team. Doesn't matter. But they came real close to taking out the number 1 Denver Nuggets, who are undefeated right now. And boy, did they neutralize those Clippers at home in their home opener. Brandon. Those Phoenix Suns going to the playoffs. That's real news or that's fake news?
Fake all the way.
But Brandon, they got Monty Williams.
Oh, but Christopher.
But Brandon, They're
This will
out
die
here
off.
playing great basketball without DeAndre Ayton and their new starting point guard, Ricky Rubio.
But Topher, this is over. Give it time, okay? Give it some time. I know it's early. You know what they are? Remember Orlando
Fake.
used to just beat all those teams, all the good teams, but they could
Kings.
not play against.
Brandon, thank you. Sorry, we got to answer.
Kings.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
You know how Orlando used to just beat up all the good teams, but then play terrible against everybody else in the whole entire.
You mean
NBA?
the last 4 seasons of the NBA?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, do you understand? This might be the West Coast Orlando match.
But Brandon,
That
look at the
retrospect.
aggression out of Devin Booker.
It's
This
the
is
same
a
thing.
playoff team. Look at Devin Booker.
It's the same thing.
That is a playoff. Look at Phoenix. Look at all those open seats, man. This is a
Ricky
playoff team.
Ricky Rubio didn't even suit up for their third game.
He was hurt.
Yeah,
You know what? DeAndre Ayton didn't even suit up for their third game because he's over there doing steroids.
crackhead. Sorry.
No, it's not crack. It was steroids. Got the wrong. That was what's his name? Evans. What's his name?
Why did I want to say Maurice Evans?
Me too. I want to say Mo Evans too. I did. I want to say Mo Evans 3 times. Oh my God, he was rookie of the year at some point. Why are we
Tyreek
blanking?
Evans.
Tyreek. Jesus.
Yeah.
So Brandon, that's fake news to you? Suns are on a playoff team.
all D way. Fake all D way.
Wait, look at this lineup,
They'll
Brandon.
be better. They'll be a better team.
Brandon, look at this
Overall,
lineup.
no.
Javon Carter, Devin Booker, Kelly Oubre Jr., Dario Saric, and Aaron Big Boy Australian Baines. Not a playoff team?
Nope.
Fake news?
Fake all D way.
Yeah, that's hella fake news. I'm with you on that one. No, 100%. 1,000%. Like the
Trying to
homie.
sell you, chat.
I was trying to, I'm over here playing devil's advocate, but like my boy BLT said in the chat, man, that's faker than some porn star titties. That is fake news for sure. The same thing we said earlier on about the not the Bulls. Who were we talking about earlier? I already forgot who we talked about at the very beginning. God, doesn't matter. The Suns are gonna do like we said earlier. The Suns are out here doing those empty wins right now, where they're overhyping their fan base and overhyping themselves just to get slapped back into reality in the beginning of December. Now, I hope I'm wrong because I'm a very big fan of Monty Williams. I was hoping that he was going to be ready to come back to coaching when we were looking for our coach, but he wasn't. I would have loved to have Monty Williams as the Knicks coach back in the time. I'm a big fan of Monty Williams, and it looks good for him if he's able to turn that organization around. But I also can't stand Mr. Steve Carver, their owner. So I don't want to see them be good. I don't want to see them be great. So
It's back and forth.
It's back and forth. But I think it's fake news for 100%. They did look impressive against the Denver Nuggets, but at the same time, this is the time that you want to do that kind of stuff as a team like the Suns or as a team like the Grizzlies and those kind of teams where they're most likely going to end up. Right now is the time to get fans excited, get people excited, get people hyped up. Like give them the false hope. Right now is that time. But I don't think they
2K
go
Mellow,
playoffs.
man. Watch what you say,
What
man.
Melvin say? Kelly Oubre is just too no homo. That meme. I'm not about that meme. People be talking about Kelly Oubre like that. I can't. Y'all need to stop with that. They're not going to playoffs. They could finish higher than the Kings, being led by your boy Luke. Luke over there saying, "How can I get rid of these Kings? How can I mess this thing up?
How can I sabotage one NBA
God.
team to another and still get my job?" on the
Yeah,
next coaching
Luke.
job?
Yeah, Luke is he's an eternal assistant coach, but that's a subject for another day and coast to coast. But yeah, that's fake news, man. They're not a playoff team. They could finish high. They could be right behind the Mavericks, Pelicans, maybe edge out the Kings this year. Who knows? But no, fake news. Not playoff team. That's not happening. Not happening. Nothing else to talk about. Suns will be better than Dallas. Mark my words. That's what I said. It could happen. Dallas is looking good right now. But I can believe in Dallas a little bit more than the Suns because of Luka and KP. The Suns got Devin Booker And sure, maybe if you want to throw Ricky Rubio, who's had a nice season, Spain winning, and last year was some good success with Utah, and he's playing some great basketball right now. But it's hard for me. But look, Danny, that's not a crazy prediction. It could happen. You're right. It could happen. They could be better than Dallas. Good for them. The Clippers were dehydrated AF in Phoenix. That's probably what it was. Shout out to Ghost Rider was good, homie. Kelly Oubre.
Hey.
I'm not talking to you. Hey. Oh, man, what's good? Stay in the New York Knicks podcast. Yo, that's what's good, dog. Edgar Allan Fro is Javon Carter, Vince Carter's son or something. Javon Carter
looks like it.
looks so old. He got that Anthony Tolliver syndrome. He just look older than he is. Now it makes sense because Anthony Tolliver, I think, is like 34 now. But when he first came in the league and he was like 27, but he looked like he was 40, that's Javon Carter right now looking like that too. Cam Johnson is nice. Cam Johnson has played really well for them, but we'll see. Desmond is going to get traded. Well, send an extra prayer for me, please, if that's a fact. Devin Booker, the most overrated player in the NBA. I wouldn't say most.
Wow.
That's a hot take. I don't know if I can buy that. Go jump on that
This
one.
is a little side note on that take that Edgar Allan Fro. He's the same guy that said, "Oh, Devin Booker is going to request a trade, and the Sixers are going to go get him." So if he's going to be a Sixer, can't he be the most overrated player anymore?
That would be dope, though. That would be a great fit. I don't want it to happen. Sorry, Edgar. That'd be too good of a fit.
Yep. So watch what you say.
Look at you.
Watch
He got
what
you.
say.
Boom face got you.
Yeah,
Got you,
well,
man.
Clearly, I don't know.
MKG jumper or DJ. Who's MKG?
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Jesus. Okay. All right. I'm not playing along with that. That is disrespectful. Michael Carter Gilchrist shoot like this. Like he got Lonzo beat. All right. I can't even say anymore. Lonzo's jump shot is pretty. We can't even talk about Lonzo's jump shot no more. Brandon. I got no stats for this next one. But Brandon. Real or fake news? Giannis Antetokounmpo will be the back-to-back MVP. Real or fake news?
It's looking real fake at this moment. Fouling out of 2 games, man. 2 crucial games, mind you.
But Brandon, how did the Bucks do in both games with him fouling out?
1 game they won, and the other game I believe they lost.
Why am I looking at Dwayne Wade in this thumbnail? But this is from yesterday's game against the Heat. Sorry, I was trying to get highlights, but then I just saw that and it just threw me off.
No,
I'm sorry, continue.
no,
Go
ahead. Right now it's not looking good. I really don't know who my MVP is at this current moment.
You shouldn't though, Brandon. Should you know your MVP at this point?
No.
Yeah.
You should not.
You shouldn't.
Actually, no. You can make the claim it's Cat.
Brandon.
You could make the claim.
Oh my God. Okay,
You
go ahead.
could.
He's
You
playing
could.
well, but stop.
I'm just saying. You know how they have those way too early MVP standouts and stuff like that?
Oh, standard, right.
ESPN has we got to make a 10-minute segment, so here we go. Throw this out there.
So you're going to say that Cat is your early MVP?
And he looked nice, man.
I'm not fighting you on
And
that.
Andrew,
He's played
and
really well.
Andrew Wiggins
Looking
actually
really
pulled
good.
out- he pulled it out today. I was like,
Yeah.
he can shoot like this.
Yeah. He trying to remind people who he is. But then when he
Yeah.
starts to play really well and the team starts to need that regularly, he's going to fall apart again. I love Andrew Wiggins. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see.
It was wild.
Yeah, I think Cat's up there. Cat's in there. I saw Trae Young. Trae Young has been playing very good basketball too. He's probably not going to happen, but yeah, if we were to do way too early predictions, yeah, he's up there in the MVP conversation right now. Pascal Siakam looking great over there in Toronto, earning that money. But if we're playing that game, then early rookie of the year is RJ Barrett, hands down. Not even run. There's no runner up. RJ Barrett running away with that. I don't even want to hear it. Anyways,
I don't know any other rookies.
yeah. I mean, what's his name is playing okay.
Who?
John Morant. John Morant swatted
Yeah.
the life out of Kyrie Irving today. I was enjoying that.
Yes. I'm sure you were playing. Way too pleased.
But so you're saying fake news? Giannis is not going to be runner up.
Fake news.
Yeah, I think that's fake news too. People, you know what? No, this is real news. Here's why. I think that Giannis is forming another narrative for himself this year. And we all know that narratives are the most important things when it comes to MVP votings. and the narrative this year is the fact that the team. I lost the narrative. There is no narrative because they played well without him. So I guess there really isn't a narrative this year. No, because they won the games that he fouled out in. Yeah, there's no narrative. I take it back. Fake news. I was trying so hard to differentiate our answers, but nah, I got nothing. Fake news. Fake news. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he'll probably turn it around, but as of right now, that is fake news for me. You're right. Yes, BLT is 100% correct. Kawhi Leonard, MVP right now. Yep, I'll take that one. Hands down.
Kawhi could be a case.
Yep, I'm not. Yeah, F everybody else. We just said Kawhi Leonard. Brandon.
Christopher.
Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brandon B. War. Guys, I got a question. I need to know if it's real or fake news. Not Lonzo, but LaMelo Ball is the unanimous first overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft. Now listen to me, Brandon. He ain't playing for Kentucky. He ain't playing for Duke. He ain't playing for any school that I can name and try to make this question go on any longer. He ain't playing for him because he's over there playing in the NBL with some men. You know who's starting next to him on his team?
Who's starting next to him?
Ex-NBA point guard Aaron Brooks. He's playing with NBA
Really?
talent. That he's playing with
Really?
people. You know who's his starting center?
Who?
XXX 4-time New Jersey Net bust center Josh Boone. Anybody remember Josh Boone in the chat? You a real one. But he is the starting center for the mobile. The point of the matter is he's out there. His team they're playing with Brandon. There's another one that I know you're not going to know the answer to, but I'm going to ask it to you rhetorically. Do you know who his backup center is?
No.
And of course you don't. It is David Anderson, who was the Australian.
David Ayers?
No, Anderson,
Oh.
who was the Australian center who backed up Yao Ming for a few seasons in Houston and played some good basketball. Brandon, do you understand the point I'm trying to make here?
Yeah, he's
NBA
playing with-
players
Yep.
are on his team.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid is still leading his team in all stats except for scoring. He's right behind Aaron Brooks in scoring. That is the rebounding. That is the assists. That is the steals. And that's even the turnovers. But LaMelo Ball.
Is that, and that's not concerning to you at all?
What, that he's leading in all those stats?
Yeah.
No, it's not. His team's trash. He's on like the Illawarra Hawks are like one of the worst teams in the league. It's not concerning at all. Right now, we'll talk about that in a second. And also, Brandon, speaking of Aaron Brooks, who was an NBA point guard and was very formidable for the teams he played for, mainly. A lot of people would say the Rockets, but
Bulls and Rockets.
I would say the Bulls more so than the Rockets because when he was on the Rockets, they didn't really do much. Yeah, he got his starting opportunities and stuff like that, but the whole experiment with him and Kyle Lowry was a complete flop. But I liked him better when he was playing off the bench for the Bulls. That to me, that stands a little bit more. But Brandon, fake or real news? LaMelo Ball
Dale.
is the unanimous number 1 overall MVP. MVP, first round overall pick. Sorry.
I mean, this is way too early, of course. I would have to pick him Alex Caruso. Sorry.
He dunked?
Sorry. No, he just hit a 3. We needed it. I would say so just because, like, I don't know any college games that have gone on yet.
There's none yet. Literally, the only prospects that have played are RJ Hampton, and LaMelo Ball.
Okay. So when that all gets situated right now, I think you have to put him as a unanimous number 1.
Unanimous, Brandon. That means
Unanimous.
bar none.
Bar none for the time being. Until college basketball comes back, he has to be unanimous.
Has to be, Brandon?
Has to.
Like, he absolutely has to be.
Right now, like I said, no college basketball games are going on, so he has to
Keep
be.
saying that, Brandon. I
Yeah.
heard you. Stop repeating yourself and make a different argument. No, I'm just playing. No. I can't. You know that's my guy. I'm very excited about LaMelo Ball. I would love to have him on the Knicks, not the way we were going right now. I don't want to tank and get him after only winning 15 games. But no, I'm gonna go fake news. I don't think he's unanimous number 1. I like and I don't really normally agree with a lot of things Jeff Goodman does when it comes to his scouting. But I like him right now at like that 4, 5, 6 range. I like him over there because I just feel like James Wiseman is going to be way too good in the NBA. Whether he plays well or not I don't know if you know any of these guys, but whether he plays good or not in college, he's on Memphis. Whether he plays good or not in college, James Wiseman, I feel like will be a great NBA player. I think Cole Anthony is still a little bit ahead of him, and he's going to be playing for North Carolina, so people are going to be paying attention to that.
Who's that Duke wing?
Cassius Stanley. I wouldn't put him above, but Cassius Stanley is who you're talking about. He went out here. He went to Sierra Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice. I want to put him that high though. Anthony Edwards, that dude is a freaking marksman. And then I'll put LaMelo around that range, 4 to 6, whatever you need around that range. But he is my favorite point guard in the draft. So that doesn't answer the question, but I do believe it's fake news. To answer your question, talking about does that worry me that he leaves? No, it doesn't worry me at all. We go back to Terrence Ferguson, who was drafted in the first round and took the same path as R.J. Hampton and LaMelo Ball and played in the NBL for a season. That boy averaged, I think, 1.5 points per game. Like 2 points. His stats were trash in the NBL. But but that was enough because of who he was playing against. That was enough to up his stock to be drafted in the first round compared to going in the second round that a lot of people a lot of people thought he would. And now LaMelo Ball, regardless of the team being bad, he's out there playing good basketball. Now he still looks like an 18-year-old because the efficiency is. He still has his problems, like as an 18-year-old playing with men would have. That doesn't surprise me at all. But a lot of people are knocking him on his defense. To me personally, his defense is very similar to Lonzo's. Not as good because Lonzo is improving his on-ball defense. But as having the off-ball defense is where he lacks, I feel like. But he's good at putting his hands in the cookie jar like Lonzo does and getting those steals off of pass and stuff like that. And
he's a pesky defender.
There you go. Thank you. He got the pesky defender badge. So you know what? I think he's definitely gonna be top 5 talent. I don't know if he's gonna get as high as number 1. But selling tickets though, he's a number 1 draft pick for sure.
That's the whole Ball family in general.
Yeah, for selling tickets, he is the number 1 overall pick. I'll say that. Yeah, LaMelo Ball. Ladies and
I can't say the whole Ball family. Hold on. There's one middle brother.
But he would still sell tickets.
The middle
for
brother?
for the wrong reasons. He goes on a Summer League team, Brandon. People gonna want to see LiAngelo Ball for the wrong reasons. They gonna see it's gonna have like the Taco Fall effect.
No. Oh,
what happened?
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
Daquan Cook just got.
Daquan Cook is in the league.
No.
This man said Daquan Cook, ladies and gentlemen. Daquan Cook is still in the NBA, guys.
Damn.
Who, Brandon? Who are you talking about? Quinn Cook.
Quinn Cook. Sorry. Quinn Cook, his ankle. I mean, he's fine now, but like the ankle. He gonna need some extra tape.
Big shout out to Daquan Cook, man. You made it to the podcast thanks to Brandon. Brandon brought you into the podcast.
I brought him back
Daquan
out of retirement.
Cook. You did it, buddy. We're talking about you again, man. Daquan Cook used to be a marksman too. Who cares? No one's talking about Daquan Cook. Anyways, all right. Sorry. Let me see what you guys. I know a lot of people got opinions about LaMelo Ball, so let's hear what you guys got to say. Fake. Yeah. CK, he's playing with NBA talent. Also, CK is too trash.
That's what I was laughing.
I was doing it on purpose, man. Have you not noticed the trend that I'm doing here? I'm trying to oversell these topics. Have you not? I'm playing devil's. Yes, come on, man. Devil's advocate here. Fake. Melo's efficiency is terrible, dudes. Like 40% and 13 from 3-point line. First of all, I'll take a 40% shooter any day. But 13% for it's been bad. But he made key buckets when they matter, so that to me is fine. The rest will figure itself out. Early for LaMelo to first pick. Yes, I hear what you're saying, Kevin, and I agree with that. Theo Mal, yes, that's another one that's up there. But again, do we want to take a chance on another French point guard since we're not even taking care of the French point guard we have now? Think about that one, Knicks fans. Anthony Edwards is a monster. Big facts. Knicks need to start. No, okay, we talked about that. We'll get back to it later. Quinn Cook. They talking to you. Quick call him Dwaquan. Anyways, moving on. CK, the Max Kellerman of Coast to Coast. Chill out. That's too far. That one hurt my feelings. Call me Max
Who called you
Kellerman.
Max Kellerman?
The fool Chris Tiller. Get him out of here.
Lord.
That hurt my feelings.
We ain't friends no
You
more
hurt my
after that one.
you hurt my feelings, Chris Tiller. You hurt my feelings. All right. Next one. Ooh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. I'm a fan of this one. I think I already gave away my answer on this one. Brandon.
Christopher.
Brandon. The 2017 NBA draft feels like it was just like yesterday, doesn't it? No, it doesn't, because these players, like a lot of them, have not been playing well, including our boy Lonzo Ball. I mean, he's been playing okay, but he was hurt, so we don't know who Lonzo is. I mean, Lonzo
Markel looks all right.
Brandon, do not fast forward in my question. Brandon, okay, mister, I want to just tell the future. All right, real or fake. Did Markel Fultz and Markel Fultz and Lonzo Ball restore the reputation? Real or fake?
I don't know about restore their reputation, but
okay, then let me give you the facts. No, let me give you
Okay.
the car facts. Markel Fultz within the first 3 games is averaging 12 points per game. This is off the bench. 12 points per game, 4.5 assists per game, and 1 full steal per game. Lonzo,
he's also a first overall pick.
Brandon, he's also coming off an injury and playing off the bench.
He's a first overall pick.
Sorry, let me go to Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is averaging 14 points per game, shooting 39% from the field, 5 rebounds, 6.7 assists, 1.7 steals per game, and shooting 70% from the free throw line. Brandon, have these two, the number 1 and number 2 overall picks, have they restored their reputation?
Negative.
How could you say
Because
that?
you added
But
their first 2 picks overall in the NBA.
yep.
I know what I'm gonna get out of Lonzo, and a lot of people expected a lot more out of him.
Because they like to listen to ESPN and LeVar Ball.
Yes, and Markel was probably the biggest one that was just like, all right, we've seen his talent, we know what he can do.
I'm surprised.
And we just see him on the court.
You're rating him so low because his game is literally a Derrick Rose light. So I thought you would have showed him a little bit more
Markel?
love. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see
Just look at him.
herky
The
jerky.
herky jerky. Yeah.
I'm a little behind.
Yeah, you're
Give
a
me
little
second.
behind. It's okay. No, around the rim, he doesn't have the finishing abilities like Derrick Rose. But it's just, a lot of the comparisons were a little similar coming to the draft to
I
Derrick
will
Rose.
say that jump shot is not looking stagnant.
It
It's
looks a lot better than a certain point guard in New York. I'll tell you that much.
There's a follow through and everything.
Yeah.
It's not just a little whatever that was.
Mhm.
But yeah, I still first overall pick. You're supposed to be the stud, man. You're not supposed to be coming off the bench and on your second team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that he's doing well now. He's getting a real opportunity. Oh God, that jumper!
But I
saw
think
that
he's
three-pointer.
mainly only coming off the bench because they're starting the same lineup that they had that got into the playoffs last year.
Fair.
I think aren't they starting that full old
DJ?
man DJ Augustine? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out of the cards that he's probably going to start in the future. I would start him now. I've liked what I've been seeing out of him because their efficiency with him on the court has been a lot higher. But continue because you only talked about one. You didn't talk about the other one.
No, Lonzo again. I'm happy that free throw percentage is at 70 instead of at 40 or 50, whatever it was.
He was 100% last night, but he only shot
Good.
2.
Hey, that's all. Build that confidence, baby. Let's go.
Big facts.
But yeah, I Lonzo is one of those things. He's supposed to be playing better than what he is right now. Problem is that narrative's already been pushed out that he's supposed to be the stud, the superstar that's supposed to be like so high, like he's supposed to be the next LeBron James kind of hype around him. Not necessarily that was a bad comparison, but the next like great thing to happen to the NBA. That was his hype around him. That was because of LeVar. That was because of
ESPN.
ESPN. That's because of the LA narrative. Because he's essentially from the same county, or neighboring county, I should say. So, yeah, I don't think they've fixed their narrative. No.
You know what? God, it's hard because everybody knows my favorite non-Nick is Lonzo Ball, but I would say real fake. It's real and fake. I think Markelle Fultz has not yet. Again, if you haven't noticed, I'm playing devil's advocate, but yes, everything Brandon says is 100% true. I do believe that Markelle Fultz will eventually start, and we'll see more of Markelle Fultz. But as of right now, the first overall pick, he's coming off the bench. I'm still chalking it off that, you know what, they're trying to keep the same formula that helped him get to the playoffs last year. And that's the only reason why, you know, they haven't started him yet because what's his name? Mike Malone is that not Mike Malone. Who's their coach? Steve Clifford.
No idea who
Steve Clifford.
Yep. That guy.
He's an old school kind of guy. So I kind of see that working the way that's working. But for Lonzo, yeah, you know what? I think I do believe like it maybe not to the level that people want it to be because of LeVar and stuff like that. But to me, I do believe he has restored his reputation because he's in a place now where he is. At least I was watching a Houston game. He was attempting to be the go-to guy. It was the Lakers versus the Rockets because it was Josh Hart, Lonzo, and Brandon Ingram that were doing everything and actually kept them in that game because A, they're missing Zion, and B, they're missing Drew Holiday, yet they barely lost by a point, I think it was, to the Houston Rockets because of those three guys. But Lonzo he's being seen as a do-it-all guy. Like Gentry's got plays for him to shoot the ball. They've got plays for him to take threes. They got plays for him to, you know, take mid-range shots and stuff like that. And he's taking advantage. He's going to the rim and stuff like that. Now, yes, he's a second overall pick. There's more to be expected of him. But at the same time, I'm going to keep the same energy because I say it all the time about other players. I'm going to keep it, especially when it comes to my guy Lonzo. Players are allowed to develop. I mean, what pick was Brandon Ingram?
Second.
And look at Brandon Ingram now. 4 years later? It took him that long to get to where he is right now. But Brandon Ingram's playing really well for that team right now. So it's still even too soon to say that Lonzo is not going to be that guy. Who knows? It took 3-4 years for Jason Kidd to turn into Jason Kidd. And I use that comparison just because that's the person people compare him to. So I'm giving him the slight pass because he's now in a system where he's getting the De'Aaron Fox treatment where they're just giving Lonzo the keys and just run it how Lonzo wants to run it, and that's what he needs. Now, Markelle Fultz, we can't give him that because he's coming off the bench still. So I don't believe he's looked better. People are, you know, not worried about him anymore. Now we have to see him fulfill that first overall plaque that he got, and he can't do it when he's coming off the bench personally. But so I'm gonna give him. No, you're good. Don't apologize every single time. I get it. Like I get it. We trying to get out here so you can finish your show, finish the game. But yeah, I'll go with that. All right, let's see what the people have to say. I think that's the last one. Or I think I have one more. Oh, we have one more. Back to people. Markelle can't shoot, therefore he's D-Roy's 2.0. Markelle Fultz wasn't deserving of the number one pick over Jason Tatum. Coming out of Washington, yes, he was. He had a better game in Washington than Jason Tatum did in Duke. So I understand it. They blew it. It happens. Look, you can't even say. I'll keep my Jason Tatum. I don't have hate towards Jason Tatum because I feel like he's overrated, but we'll see. Would you trade? Both. Would you trade DSJ for Markelle? Not even a question. I would trade. Yes. Look, at this point, I would trade DSJ for Seth Curry. Knicks Nation, stand up. What's good, H? John Wall getting bought out by Adidas.
Oh yeah, I meant to bring that up. Yeah.
Is that new news?
That's new news.
Again, though? Isn't this the second time that's happened? That's
Wait,
so
for real?
sad, bro. Yeah, he was with Adidas before, but no, he didn't re-sign with Adidas. That's what it was. He went to Nike. But dang, man, that's so sad. Makes sense though. Just be a free agent and just get back.
John Wall and Adidas are in a buyout negotiation.
Yikes.
That will end his 5-year deal.
Yikes. 5-year deal.
Wow.
Yikes. Damn, we'll get back on that one. Sheesh, that sucks. That's rough, man. Poor guy.
Hey, for reals though, like I hope he's getting some like attention.
What do you mean?
This can spiral out of control for him.
Attention as got you.
And mentally.
Yeah, got you. Like therapists or has somebody in the circle that's keeping them. Yeah, 100%. John Wall going to Li Ning. Yeah, I think that's very possible. John Wall is going to get a deal. I've never understood why John Wall was a sneaker free agent for as long as he was after the Adidas deal. Like, he was with Nike, but he wasn't with Nike. He was just he was just wearing their shoes, but he was getting paid a little bit of money from them.
He didn't have his own shoe.
Yeah, and then he finally went back with Adidas on that 5-year deal, and I never got that. Like, yeah, he has an injury history, but he was still playing at a pretty high clip up until probably the beginning of last season, but he turned out or whenever he got hurt, the season before, whatever season was that he got hurt. But whatever, we'll see what happens. But he'll get picked up by somebody. Hey, maybe he could be the head of Puma. I don't know if they'll do that, but
sorry for the head of Puma.
Yeah, man.
Who's
Kuzma
right
save?
Now? Oh, okay.
According to them, I don't agree, but according to them, Kuzma's their number one Puma athlete. I would say, I know a lot of people are expecting me to say RJ Barrett. He's still a rookie. Right now, he's playing really well, but not yet. I can't give that to RJ Barrett yet. There's still a lot of season left to be played. I would say like DeAndre Ayton. Maybe Kuzma. Like, one of those guys can be like the head of Puma for right now. I'm not sure if I'm giving them a signature shoe yet, but like they can be the figureheads because they're probably the most talented in the crew. Maybe even Marvin Bagley, but they're not playing well.
Have you seen Trae Young's shoe?
I love his shoe. I love those shoes. The NEXT.
Looks like an UGG.
Oh no, not those ones. Which one are you talking about?
They showcase, like, he hit the game winner. He was wearing these shoes. The colorway was like
was brown?
No,
they were blue.
They were blue.
Yeah, I love those
red.
shoes. Yeah, it's the laceless Adidas.
Yeah.
You don't like them?
I don't think I have a problem with them. It's just very reminiscent of. I mean,
Uggs?
Not very. Not only Uggs, but like Kobe. Remember Kobe had shoes like that.
I like the shoes a lot.
The space shoes. I don't have a problem with it. It's just like I've seen these before somewhere, and that my first thought initially was with Kobe and his the Crazy Eights. No, it wasn't the Crazy Eights, but it was
they're literally shoes. Just a sock. Yeah, they're like a space shoe. Yeah, I got them up on here. When I don't know if it came up on yours yet. I like them a lot. I'm a fan. They're very comfortable. I would have bought a pair, but I don't play indoor basketball as much. And now I really like what's his name, Donovan Mitchell's new shoes. So if the league pops on those shoes, I'll be
like those shoes too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're cool. I like this colorways. Anyways, but Brandon, I saved the best for last. This is the last one. The very last one. I don't even know if this is considered real or fake or not. But no, this is not real fake. This is not real fake. This is just us ranting. We're on the track of too soon and this and that. But Brandon, we're both going through similar issues right now with players on both of our teams. Brandon is a Laker fan. I am a Knicks fan, and both of us are having issues with certain key players that are not playing like key players. One player was a part of a trade, sending the Knicks superstar away. The other one was compared to Jesus by his GM. That's I'm not making that up. Look up the story. And we're talking about the Lakers own Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and the Knicks own Dennis Smith Jr. Now, Dennis Smith Jr. has played a total of 26 minutes in his 3 games. He has 3 points. He is 1 for, what is it? 1 for, I'm going off the top of my head. I don't have it written down. 1 for something. It doesn't matter. It's not great. KCP, on the other hand, has played a bit more minutes. Brandon, does he have? Was it 4 points? Is he scoring right now? How's he doing right now?
He scored today. He did score today.
A few times or just the one time?
No, a few times. I want to say. Let me double check.
I don't believe you for a second. Yeah, look that up.
But yeah, it's been well documented by Laker fans.
Yes, Brandon. Right before we went live, Brandon said that Laker fans cheered when he got checked out of the game. It's very similar to a situation in New York last night where, while he was on the court, he got booed, And we want Frank cheers started in his face talking about Dennis Smith Jr. I'm pulling up the stats and I want to see what KCP is looking like tonight.
I got it. He's 3 for 7 today.
So he scored multiple baskets.
He scored
three for 7 is not bad.
baskets.
3 for 7 is not. I would take 3 for 7 from Dennis Smith Jr. in a heartbeat.
And he's played 16 minutes.
He's playing normal minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So his role hit. I have 15 minutes. You lied, but yes, still
15:53. I'm sorry.
there you go. 42% from the field. Yeah. KCP playing a normal role for him. Look at my boy Dwight though. Man, y'all need to stop hating on Dwight Howard. That boy 14 and 10 right now. 7 for 7. Good job, Dwight. Start Dwight. Sorry, JaVale. Start Dwight.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm starting Dwight. You heard what I said.
Whoa.
Dwight Howard is a plus 26. JaVale McGee's a minus 8. Start Dwight Howard. Anyways, plus 26 though. Jesus. KCP is plus 25.
Yes. A lot of things are ass backwards right
A
now.
lot of things are just. That's not helping our segment. That's not helping our segment at all. But Brandon, speak your truth or your grievances as far as how you feeling about KCP. Don't. Are you? Oh, so, okay. Please let it fly.
I've been harping to Laker fans. Like, what was your expectation of KCP? We've had him for the last 2 years.
You're going back to when he got signed. Sheesh. Okay, go ahead.
Like, I get it that he hasn't performed. But what were you expect? Like, what is the expectation from a KCP? All right, like, I still think he's gonna be one of those random games. But it's gonna be like a critical game that the Lakers need for home court advantage or placing, whatever the case may be. And KCP is just gonna ball out. Then what? Then what is the narrative, guys? What is gonna be said? What I get it.
I don't think he'll get credit. They'll give it like look, he decided to turn it around tonight, but it won't be like he's back.
No,
maybe it will because it's the Lakers.
I know NBA Twitter. Okay, I know NBA Twitter all too well.
Who it was. Yeah. He's a Laker. He's a Laker.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be that they would say he's back.
So,
KCP finally makes his return.
He's in prison again. Like all the
the memes are killing me.
Yes.
He is wanted for stealing $18 million from the Los Angeles Lakers. It's great. Yeah, you know what? I do, and that is the kind of player he is, though.
Up and down.
He's very, very up and down, and not of J.R. Smith levels. I'm sorry. But he's very up and down, and then when you're about to just crucify him. Sorry, no pun intended. No pun intended. I did not do that on purpose. I swear on everything. I wish I did. But right when you're ready to just you kill him, then he's gonna have one of those 21-point games where he's shooting like 80% from the field, and then like we just said, everyone's gonna be like, he's back. Oh my God, KCP. Da.
Yeah.
So your frustrations are just like So with the Knicks,
I don't know what the Laker fans expected.
So here's my thing. So with the Knicks, with Dennis Smith Jr. in this similar situation, we want him to sit. But obviously it doesn't look like that's the situation with KCP. Like he's doing all that stuff, sucking, but he's still playing high minutes. How does that feel? Like what? I wish I had highlights, but I can't find any KCP highlights, so that's not happening. But what's your vibe on that? Like when he's out there just throwing up bricks and doing what he's doing, are you thinking like sit him down, or like what's the thoughts on that?
It's unfortunate, but like we don't have a backup small forward or a wing
or a better defender
wing. Yeah, like we just have to throw him out there until Kuzma is back.
Got you. Yeah,
that's the reason why he's getting all this burn. I'm sure when Kuzma comes back, he'll go back down to 10 minutes a game, if that. So that's, again, it comes back to the like, what was your expectation of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope? It is what it is. We just had to suck it up and just deal with it. Just deal with it. It is what it is. So far, we're winning. We're winning games.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest difference.
It's not like we're been blown out compared to last year with his play.
Yeah.
So just deal with it until time,
until Kuz is back.
Kuz mania comes back.
Yeah, got you on that. So now we move over to Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. I wish I could say the same things. The problem is we have a lot of people in his position, one of which is not getting on the floor. But
I'm sad to hear that too.
Welcome to the. Anyways, I need a bigger word than club. I need like cult or something bigger than club because a lot you and man. Anyways, yeah, but it hasn't been the same thing with Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. and I've been saying this and I'm not gonna sit here and hate on him. Shout out to Christopher Hart. Welcome to the crew, man. Go check out Brandon's channel. Make sure you subscribe. Little eye in the top corner, you'll see it. When it comes to Dennis Smith Jr., he looks like a shell of himself. Like at least towards the end of the preseason, we saw his defense picking up, and it's like, oh look, he's playing defense. He's not scoring, but he's playing defense. So yeah, I'll have him on the court. Same thing with like KCP kind of thing. Like maybe not scoring, but at least he's doing the best we got right now at the point guard position, playing defense. That's all we can ask for. But in these first 3 games, we're not even getting that. We weren't even getting that to the point where he's only playing 11 minutes in the game. He's playing 8 minutes in the game. And I think in the first game he played 12 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, because he's just overall just bad. So, and it's come to the point where, I feel bad about it because, I'm not the biggest Dennis Smith Jr. fan. I've been open about that. Not a fan of his style of basketball. It reminds me of a lot of a poor man Steve Francis, and I'm not a fan of that as my starting point guard when it comes to the Knicks. But I was hoping he was going to make that step up. Everybody's talking about jump shot, this and that, blah, 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 blah.
And as you should.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's you want to see that he's still a player on my team. I'm a fan of the Knicks first before I'm a fan of any of the players on the team. So I can be wrong but still be right with him going out there playing well, and I'm fine with that. I'll take that. But he just wasn't looking good. And I feel bad for him to be put in a situation where he's being booed in the Garden and being told that they want our other point guard instead of him by the Garden. But to be honest, like, I'm not blaming Fizdale, but it's a situation that was put on him unfairly because he's just not playing well and there's something else up. Maybe the back isn't right yet, or he's just not ready to play right now. But I've heard some sprinklings in Twitter and in the chat that he might not even play tomorrow, which might be the best case scenario for us. But it is not a good look. And like you said, at least you guys are winning. I can't say the same thing over on our side because unfortunately, especially in the Boston game, he did spearhead the downfall to that game. Not completely his fault, but he was the beginning of it. Because like I said, we had trailed. We came back in the game. We brought it down to 4. We made our subs, and then when he was out there, we went down 8. And Fizz tried to yank him before it was too late, but it was way too late. It's just rough. But the reason why I'm bringing up these 2 players, because of course we got our frustrations. It's all funny, haha. KCP this, Dennis Major this. But the question I asked, just like the entire segment we had to start off this podcast with about being too early, or is it real or is it too early to be saying some of these things? When it comes to both of these players, because of the kind of players that they are do we need to bring it back a little bit and just let the process fill itself out with both KCP? Because like you said, in KCP's situation, he's just waiting on Kuzma or the starting forward to come back and fill his role, and then KCP can go back to playing less minutes. But then it's just a little bit different when it comes to the Knicks because it's like we have somebody that can play ahead of him, but he's not playing in Frank Ntilikina. So we're still just being the same problem in the head. Play Dennis Smith Jr. He's playing bad. Play him again. He's still playing bad. So is that? And go ahead.
I think you kind of answered yourself. Like you have a lot of depth at the point guard position.
We just have to use it.
And and I'm sure Fizz will. It's just. I'm sure he's just given that opportunity. He did this a lot last season. You've talked about it, where he's given players their opportunity. Your boy that he's playing in Denver now.
Not Denver, or Utah.
Not Denver, Utah.
Yeah, he's playing very well, by the way. All the jokes.
Like
he's playing very well in Utah. Go ahead.
A lot of chances to just be bad, be ugly, or whatever the case may be. But he gave him confidence, and now look at him.
Yeah.
Not saying again, it might be a little too early, but at the
Yeah,
same
it is
time,
early, but he's playing his best basketball right now than he did even when he was with us. Man, you moody
Exactly.
right now. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where give it a chance. It's only 3 games. If it's game 15, game 20, game 25,
and he's still looking
and
like
it's
this.
still just like DSJ instead of saying let's sprinkle some Frank in, let's sprinkle some Peyton in, then that becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for the Lakers. Like if Kuzma just happens to never get healthy, and we just have to keep going with that, then I'll be like, all right, we need to do something. Like let's go get a Jamal Crawford or somebody, some in that reference.
Yeah.
Just give it time. Give it time.
No, I agree with you on that. But I think the biggest factor you said in that process is play the point guards that we got while we're waiting for that. And I think that Fizz is doing everything in his power to not play Frank, which is just so odd. It's just odd. It's one thing if he played if he didn't play well enough to get on the floor, then I get it. But that's not the case at all. He played really well but it's not this kind of video. But yeah, I hear 100%. It's too soon. It's too soon to get into that negativity. It just sucks right now. But we gotta let it play itself out. So
Naya.
yeah, Naya's it's bedtime, so she is just wilding out right now. I apologize if you can hear it. That is Anaya. So Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, Anaya. All right. So we are literally at the end of the show. We have 8 minutes left in the show, and that is my daughter in the background. So everybody say hi to Anaya. We have a theme in this show. And thanks to not one of my favorite, regardless of what team he's on, I'm going to be a fan of him. I am a fan. Mr. Kyrie Irving, he decided to start us off right. He said, yo, CK, I know what you guys over there doing on that show. Tell B War I got y'all. And he dropped 50 points. 50 points in their opener. It was a loss, but Kyrie Irving out there supporting the cause. He says you guys about to get those 50-point games on that board. And Kyrie Irving, thank you for number 1. The inaugural number 1 on the 50-50 board by Kyrie Irving. Now, I keep track of him like I did last year. I'm going to keep track of him again this year. We talked about it in the last show. We're hoping to at least get above that 25. But the main goal will always forever be 50-point games. And Kyrie Irving said day one. And Trey almost had us too. Trey Young almost had our back too. He was starting off hot, but then he cooled down a little bit. What happened? Lakers problems. Let me see this goal. What are you upset about?
No. There was a dunk.
It was nasty. It was
Anthony
filthy
Davis
nasty.
got dunked on.
Anthony the Davis?
Yeah, Anthony of the Davis.
Ooh, look at those fantasy points for your boy. Hey, look at AD. Jeez, yo, that's my guy.
Solid.
Man, I like those stats. But yes, we're on the board, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We're good. 149 to go. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this week's show. We're in here, guys. The season started. It's real. Knicks are 0-3. Brandon's Lakers about to be 2-2.
2-1.
2-1. You've only played 2 games. You're right.
Oh no. Oh God. What's happening? Oh no.
What's happening?
Anthony Davis is going to lock.
Wait, really? Is it real? 80 with the locker room.
It's happening again.
And this is the perfect place. The perfect place to end the show.
It's happening. It's happening.
And on that note, while Brandon goes and has a heart attack off screen, I shout out to every single one of y'all in the chat. Thank you for coming to episode 3 of Coast to Coast. We'll be back same time as always next week. Brandon's upset. People in the chat are upset. Oh man, we love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.
No, he's upset too. No.
It's not funny. It's really not, but it's just.
No. Oh no! Why are they playing? There's 2 minutes left in the game.
And y'all up by a nice comfortable lead. Anyways, all right, y'all. We out of here. You seen Brandon's meltdown live. Much love, everybody. Y'all have a good week. See you guys next week. Videos coming this week. You know the deal. Subscribe to Brandon if you haven't already. We out of here.
Good night to everyone but Charlotte. All right. Good night to everybody but Charlotte.
All right, y'all.
I'm sick of this. I quit. I can't have nothing nice. I can't.